Yes, he prefers to be called Bob. Because Bob is more akin to his personality than who you think and have created this Jesus figure to be. What's up, Rohan? Good to see you, bro. I am on YouTube and TikTok concurrently, and so that's nice. Thanks, Rohan. I'm going to read over some blessings in a little bit. It's interesting because one time I wound up, somebody was coming over and I read this particular blessing of protection. No, I had my candle going and incense probably, but nothing special, nothing crazy special. But I stepped into my sacred area and I read these words and part of what I'm going to read. And the dude wound up, I told him to be careful and to take his time and not to rush. Well, because he took a shortcut and he was trying to get through the parking lot, he hit somebody. His fault, his mistake. No curse, no bad thing happened except his own stupid choice. That's on him. But he had to turn around and go home. He couldn't make it to my place. So that was interesting because he really lost his shit, but we never met in person. So we would have met, and he would have lost his shit. And yeah, thanks, Rohan. See you back over here now. Thanks, bro. And so he never came over, and so he lost his shit away from me, and so we never met. I could imagine he would come over. The weather was not good, so he would wind up staying practically the night, and just I could imagine the not destruction, but emotional fallout that was avoided. And so I I was speaking the protection for his behalf. I had it in my heart that because the weather wasn't good and I wanted him to be safe on the road, and I was speaking a blessing on his behalf. And the blessing literally, it covered me. And so that's the power of what I share. And it winds up having an effect for those who want to connect with it. It winds up making things in life somehow seem a little bit more bearable, if at the very least, through favorable outcomes. Maybe not big wins, but just little things, just enough to keep you going. And that's what we need. We just need the little pick me ups. We can soldier on. We're pretty tough, pretty strong individuals in all reality for what a person grows to be. And we just need a little help from time to time, a little reinforcement that we're not alone, a little idea that we're not the only good person in this world. And that matters. It matters. And so that's my actions. That's my the blessings I speak. Like I've written some songs, and I could be going over those and over those and over those, and maybe I should. I very well should. Though more so than that, it's like if I'm going to spend my time speaking, then I want to speak blessings. I want to read blessings. I want to read these ancient blessings that I know bring positive energy, positive outcomes. They create divine connection of what people are truly seeking after. And so spending my time either commentary towards that degree or directly reading that to me seems more important than most things. Of course, I like to be comical or whatever the case, or childlike and playful. Though, if we're gonna spend our time talking, like I looked at the rappers. I'm like, why are they always cutting on each other? Why not speak blessings into existence rather than speaking disharmony? Speak things that align and build up rather than the crap of what is obviously being experienced by everybody, which is a shit show. But we can create a little garden here and there, man. We can learn how to create fertilizer and properly water and garden and do the correct stuff and get some produce, get some real fruitage. And that fruitage is a more stable community, more resonance, more harmony. The bully is no longer the favored one. The individual being ugly is now the one who everybody turns their back to. The person who's being the most horrible individual or on the horrible list, man, they don't get anybody's support. And you want to know what sucks in life? To be somebody in a room full of people. You got 100 people around you and ain't nobody talking to you or anything. You're ignored, but you can't go nowhere. You're stuck there. That sucks. So that's what I propose we do to the evil and the ugly in the world, and just turn our backs on them. They no longer get our energy. And in that, they'll learn, or their breed itself will die out. And that doesn't take conflict. That doesn't take necessarily a war or a rebellion in terms that people think it to be. It doesn't even take a protest of signs of there's no gathering even needed. It's just a shut off of energy, a shut off of life force. When you become aware of your own life force or your own energy flow, then you get to start controlling where it goes. You get to decide who gets your energy and who does not. You can open and close that door at will. But currently through life, what's been happening is the door's just been left cracked open. Somebody came through, kicked it open. You left it through because the breeze was nice and never realized the door was actually there. So you just left it open indefinitely. So bad things can attach, good things attach. You go up and down, but the up and down is chaotic and it's unbalanced and there's no structure seemingly. And that really throws you off your game. That really throws you off your stability, your ability to create positive environments and have positive feelings more than on the negative side. And notice I said more than because you got to have a balance. You have to, there's a part of the invocation that you'll hear me read here, and it speaks about how the light and darkness, love and hate return to me, return to me. And that's only part of it. But, people will be like, why would I want darkness and why would I want hate? Because it's the whole pie, it's the whole thing, it's the whole experience, it's all of it. If I shut one portion of it out, then I'm denying some reality of my own truth. I have to be able to see my own truth. And if I can do that, then I can make a proper decision of what I'm going to do with my life. But if I can't see my own truth, then I can't see my own present. I can't see where I'm going, and I'm blind. I'm dead. I am the living dead. Yeah. just going in a circle, in a loop. And in regards, the new movie is happening now, and it is live, real time, being shared with you. People keep asking me, "Yo, where are you, bro? Where are you, bro?" And I'm like, I'm like, I guess I should just start telling people I'm in my cabin, like just get some little camera motion where you just kind of keep going back and forth like I'm on a boat. I'll take it. I'll take it. Da, 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 da. Red dad mindset. Yeah. Marshall doing good. Crab. Hello. If anybody of those are still here. Thank you very much for the roses. I'm organizing my. I scored right when you hit the pin. What's up? What's up, Luis? I'm going to be speaking some ancient blessings here coming up momentarily within the next 5 or 10 minutes at the most. Just having some sips of my coffee and, just not eating a meal or anything, but getting a couple puffs out the way, a few sips out the way, and then I'm going to do some reading for about an hour or so. And that reading is going to be ancient blessings in their origin language. I do not speak the language, however, I can read the dialect in English scripting. So I have created a collaborative symphonic um, collaboration, and to where in the beginning it establishes who we are, who one is, and it kind of really happens individually. It's not like a group thing in any regard, and it's your heart, if your heart's in it or not, and that matters too. So people can be watching, their heart's not in it, so they're not connecting to the energy at all. So um, in any regards, um, it sets up protection. It brings in uh, the acknowledgement of the elements of the earth. It acknowledges the elements of the planets, and thus there is a direct celestial multi-gate opening that is being spoken in Sumerian, in ancient Egyptian Kemetic, and in Indian Hindu, and um, and so there's the combination of all of those things going on, but in a direct order, and then we call forth the Divine Mother in her various forms, in her loving form, and in her very protective, dominance, fierce lioness form. Um, that would be Durga, and Sekhmet. Sekhmet would be Egyptian or Kemetic. Durga would be Indian Hindu, and essentially they're the same aspect of the Divine Mother. Um, and so there's portions I wind up reading toward to honor her, to respect and honor her. Um, and then the closing is essentially, since the soul, the spirit, the astral self has ascended through all these other processes, has gotten protection, gotten cleaned, everything's smooth. Like the astral spirit just got like a car wash, if you will. Like, shh, we all clean now. And then the last thing that I read is ancient Egyptian, and it's I won't say it's too lengthy, but it's a read through for sure, and um, and essentially that's the Hall of Mahat, and the soul or the astral self is not judged as much as it is mm, honored and given permissions on the earthly plane, for as the soul has ascended and developed while still alive in the same body, then you have new updates and new permissions of the human flesh itself. And that's why I believe, as I have been working for 3 good heavy years now, thank you very much for the gifts. And I appreciate that, Mercy Kill. Mercy Kill Mercer. Thank you. And I believe very much that going to the duat and the afterlife is very much a part of the living life. It's not something that we only waited till we died to experience. When we go to sleep, consciousness does not stop. The 3D fleshly body is not interacted with because the astral self has left the flesh completely and is operating elsewhere. I believe we all naturally, without even trying, can multi-dimensionally time travel. And here's the reality of that happening. Like by location, you're in two places at once and you're in different dimensions. And time is not a factor of things. How did all of these things happen at once? It doesn't matter how. The reality is, pay attention here, you've experienced it. There's been a moment in your life, and you're like, huh, what? It's 2 hours passed by? How did that happen? Or the reversal. Man, time is going by really slow. You look at your, it feels like an hour passed by. You look at your watch or you look at the clock and you're like, what the heck? 5 minutes passed. That's 5 minutes? It was been an hour. Those are moments when you were bilocating and your astral self was in another bot was doing something else somewhere else. Therefore, your fleshly body was still in operation. You still have mental cognitive control. You were not synced with time because your astral presence was astrally somewhere else doing something else in another dimension because it ain't happening here, and was doing something else which had another timeline because it wasn't here. It wasn't synced up with this. And then when the astral body, the astral self, the soul kicks back into the body, you're like, what the heck? Where'd all the time go? So bilocation means being in two places at once, happens on a regular basis, essentially for everybody. Don't even try. Why? Because the last previous incarnation of your life was your consciousness upgrading to an astral body. And what was your last incarnation, literally into this life, was the astral body getting a physical body. This is divinity. This is incarnation. This is embodiment. This is resurrection. This is life. Some people call it hell. I look at it as heaven. Because true hell in my mind would be the inability to move an object with my hands. It would be needing something or someone else. It would be completely being codependent. Look at a spirit, consider a spirit. A spirit can't move and act naturally without human intervention. Naturally, they're stuck at a location. People go and poke, poke, poke. They have no clue what they're doing. Things happen. They run away. And they have that's it. It ends right there. So the spirit's stuck. It can't travel freely. It can't just move about on its own. It's stuck to a particular location. And it only gets to be interacted with if somebody else is there. Otherwise, it seems like nothing's ever happening. Hmm. So I like my body and being able to move things. This is very much life. Afterlife, this is life. This is embodiment of the spirit. This is a divine reality experiencing the physical 3D humanity, man. Life is truly what we make it, and how your mind thinks and perceives things on a regular basis will be how you interpret your environment. You either wind up walking through fear in a lens of constant, oh my goodness, that's going to hurt, so I don't do that. Or you wind up operating in an aspect of adventure in discovery of what can I learn. Oh, that's a little hot. Don't touch that in the future. You learn things, you learn how to change things for the future and for the better. So, um, candle, lighter, incense. Unguk. I don't know who Unguk is, but they sound Japanese, Buddhist. Some are from Nepal. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for those things. I'm glad my papers in order, and I'm going to be reading over these blessings in a short relative amount of time. It will be a read through, probably looking at about at least 45 minutes to an hour and a half, somewhere between there. Because yeah, I read through pretty quick. I'm not a slow reader. And it is another language, so it sounds a bit different. Can flow a little different. What's up? One number one peak glazer. One peak one number one. That's 11. 11 peak glazer. But 11's different, technically. Um, I'll be reading from Sumerian to Egyptian to Indian, Hindu, India, Indian, um, some Chinese, some ancient Japanese, if I didn't say those, in the collection of what I'm reading. Caden, uh, I am completely chill. Um, I essentially accomplished what I sought in life on a spiritual level, and that translated to physical realities as well. And I essentially crossed the finish line, hitting the ground, man. Like just passing, just hitting the ground. And as I was done, I was completely done. It was like the force of energy of existence, of the spirit of the divine of the world was just like pushing me forward, but not pushing me, but like just causing me to continue moving forward. And the moving forward was me going viral on TikTok. Within a week's time, it was probably less within days, if not, it was almost, it was literally like day for day, where one door closed. TikTok, I went viral. And in that happening, I wound up just sharing everything that I've learned, everything that I've accomplished. And so that's why I'm low key. That's why it comes out natural. That's why I read the blessings. I don't, it's a lot of words to memorize, and I've memorized some of them, so I can speak them without needing the paperwork if I need a blessing, on the Jimmy on the spot. Um, but keep, but that's why I'm not doing this all scripted, and that's why it is low key, because it is it is true. It does work. It is solid advice for those who are at that level or at that point to take it and to apply it to their own life the way they need to make it fit and work. We are all a stepping stone to each other. Everything I've learned from life is in full respect in all of this to all sources. Everything and everyone has been a stepping stone. And I've had people make some comments towards myself, and my response is, may I be just another stepping stone? May I be a stepping stone in your life for you to become who you are meant to be? This is not about following me. This is about each person becoming who they are meant to be, and what their heart is is who they are. It's who they come to be. If a heart has jealousy or envy or strife or anything along those lines, it's gonna wreck your life. It's going to do things such as self sabotage and relationships you don't need to be in that are just going to really give you some physical pleasure, but in the long run, they're not benefiting you. They're not actually doing anything to help you grow. But if your life force, if your energy is aligned, if your heart is aligned with love, then living one vibrational energy, your happiness, your core, your joy, and what you are is going to become blessings unto people, and not just yourself, but blessings into your entire environment and beyond. And our world has seen enough cursings, it's seen enough bad actions, and the only way we can truly fight a bad action is to replace a negative response with a positive action, not reaction, a positive action. And so that means waiting, that means observing, that means disconnecting from a situation, that means seeing cycles, noticing, repeating things, and then acting in a way that's not going to be in direct confrontation, but it's going to show somebody that there's another option. There's another path that they can take, that they're not restricted to the one, two, three, four, A, B, C, D path in life that has been shown. That there is more to connect with and be guided by than just following another human, because everything that I've seen in history is that when people just follow another person, things go bad. And now people are talking about following AI. I don't know how true it is, but I saw it on the news sometime back, and some government appointed AI into their government, like into some position to where like they're doing what it says or whatever. AI has no soul, it has no human connection. It's just a slave protocol. And it's created by somebody who has envy or strife or jealousy, or they're striving to survive. So they're working tirelessly under conditions with a heart that is not creating a system of love. It's creating a system of control. So following man or following a computer, I don't suggest it. But learning from all your sources and being able to use all of those advantages to your own benefit, to your own ability to be able to have a tool bag of solutions, so that if you're ever backed into a corner, shit, if you have to, you could dig your way a tunnel out. Shit, you're not backed in, you will never be backed into a corner, because you can always shift, adjust, you can contort, you can get strong, you can dominate, you can do whatever you need to get your back out of that corner. And I have found that when we have options, then we don't get to that breaking point where we do something that's going to be disastrous to our future, to our life. When we get to the point where we're stuck in a corner and we have no option, that's when a person gets to their worst, and that's when something can occur and action can happen, and their life is forever changed for the worse. And so that people may learn, so that they never get stuck in that kind of a situation, perform that action, and then go down a south path of life. if you want the most out of this blessing, just close your eyes um, as I begin and through the end. And if you really want to go into a real good meditation state with your astral spirit active, really, really active, you can lay down. Um, People do come on and they make foolish comments when I start reading quite often. Um, and so doing that kind of provides a disconnect from that interference that can occur by just closing the eyes. And it's, they are, it is, there's three levels of magic, and this is high magic. This is the third level of magic. The first level of magic is colors, subliminal messaging, like in songs or movies or stuff like that. The second form of magic, medium magic, is telepathic communication. If it's alive, it has consciousness. That consciousness can communicate. Um, so telepathic communication goes cross plant, human, animal. Um, Level one and two, you don't need any specifics. You don't need any guideline. You, anybody can work level one and two. Essentially, you don't need a religion. You don't need a code. You don't need anything. Anybody can work level one and two. It doesn't matter who you are. If you know about it, you can work it. Level three is the words of power. Level three has a kickback system for those who are not divinely authorized to use it. Um, I have been and have been doing this for 3 years now, creating positive results for not just myself, but for other people as well. And this literally is like one person was talking and relating. And thank you very much for the rose, for the gifts. I appreciate that. Those matter. I appreciate helping us attain those little gift goals. Um, and thank you, Smart School Bro 9. A nice timing on that, Dinger. And and so in sharing this as I've been able to go live on the various platforms, being able to share these blessings, this high magic is immensely important to me, as it's brought so much goodness to my life. And for 3 years, seeing consistent. Thank you, Mercy Killer, for that. Um, um, Sharing that to me is of utmost importance. And anyways, without further ado, circle now, we conjure thee, that thou mayest the boundary be between the world of men we know and what the mighty one shall show. A guardian and protection be, for power we shall raise in thee, preserve, contain it in thy sphere, to aid the work we shall do here. So have we consecrated thee, so may our circle blessed be. Sky and sun and sea and earth, teach us, give our wisdom birth. Sun and sea and earth and sky, with your powers gather nigh. Sea and earth and sky and sun, all together four as one. Earth and sky and sun and sea, join us as we call to thee. Loving Lady, mighty Lord, by cup and shield and one and sword, we ask your presence and your light to bless the work we do this night. Light and darkness, day and night, I bid you collide. Rekindle these warrior spirits, breath of life into their boss and cause, having their onks. Arise, warriors of the past, pick up your swords and prepare to do his battle. Spirits of darkness, arising with the powers of wind, vile, fight the blight, this be dark and night in our right. Zikia Kampa, Ziana Kampa, hear me all that I summon forth by name. Come to me by your head, call and answer my most urgent plea, most graciously through matrimony, most harmoniously through our loving family. Renal Sisekyo, it was on Puto, right ahead, Hirusha, and Zuserukai, Kodakudishin, he was Maha, Ratsugi, Sepato, Sai Peter to Hudip Shakins, and Asad Amen. Bashiram Hataya Swagum Vashamana Tayas Varnunanina no Ranadani Renotani Neronaninanon Dumbamo Shangshin Shondong Onishanain Tarayaswa Komishanaya Yantrayas Vahaya Onchitrashi Prata no Swa Komjitrashi Yatrashi Paranasvara Svaha Ruda dida ruda da dida da ruda dida ruda dida kring on tom krong shong on kranking krong hong on shang shong on haya bashara mataya suwa kom haya bashara matris wa ha za rimon kranking krong ono makusumana marasika no namaha samatam vasharanam hama hu haya hu kaya lo 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 ring on kranking krong Unanganai maya suwaku manaya yarmaya svahai ui wai wai wo 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 wa wi string on konging gurung on hero kashiran kwai chepai tai suwa kom joti hi chindo ka jibati svaha no ne ne no no na ne ne no no na kring on pame pong on cheri chira patoi swa kom shisha ibara tai svaha o logo lo we logo hung on konging gurung una rapsno suba kona barkanani buba bibu bear borg bar bear borg bu o bebe bu bear konga men para shakushu baru girma kabor mo la bo pogo gena rabo bolu na bareko sharu ba sana bola saru ba preko belulu masana bo puduni yugini kambe belulu gugolo ka e ko bari shu gila bo gemo me shu kura zuluma bo moruka ragi ziku gigi mo kampur namru kala musi ukina kibilani shu mashana na saru limbar maratu zisi mashina na runu na mangi duku vedati kiki lugu lugu sidor kidman kai kole zikon nene ke kone peru keri namtela kupana tuku ka kumashkar saran sagari mashti sadu mala paka kata lu gator mata te korpa maru tu kota kori sadu lu tu parmaskim tu dedi kukim lu gator makiem panu tuku nada lu gator makiem panu apishu saru limun ambana tatu sari mashagaranu sulumana da boku kibil balik na taramadu daga tuku mashmashti sori mashano korso gori mashadosu sirapitiku papar susukan palu kelap de borak ni boy de kingu pada di muaru kaku damu di nuam gashti we are Isaro no for assume is found perfect before the Nethernomid of Kumail Shinju, the creators themselves. We have said these are the elements of our body, perfected through suffering, glorified through trial. The scent of the dying rose is as the repressed sigh of our suffering, and the flame red fire is the energy of our undaunted will, and the cup of wine is the pouring out of the blood of our hearts, sacrificed unto regeneration, unto the newer life. And the bread and salt are as the foundations of our body, which we destroy in order that they may be renewed. For we are Esau's triumphant, even Esau Onopris, the justified one. We are he who is clothed with the body of flesh, yet in whom flames the spirit of the eternal Nethanim Depkamiel Shenyu, the creators themselves. We are the Neb, the Lord of life. We are triumphant over death, and whosoever partaketh with us shall arise. We are the manifester and of matter of those whose abode is the invisible. We are the purified. We stand upon the multiverse. We are its reconciliar with the eternal Nethanim Depkamiel Shenyu. We are the perfecter of matter, and without us, the multiverse is not. Hail to Hudi, divine wisdom, making victorious all sought over his enemies on the night that of battle, and of making the fettering of this symbol, day that of destroying the enemies of the Lord of the world, Nebuchadnezzar, night that of making to stand the shed and shed to. Salutation of power, Father, Mother, Supreme Being, who comes as to Hudi. Thanks for the words divine. Our will, mind, and heart belongs to you. Our heart belongs to you. Empress of the skies, heavenly queen, beloved, he said our heart is keen from darkness to be released to connect with our power and deepest peace. Bless us that this may be so in accordance with Aru's plan that we grow. Beloved queen, clothe us in your authority and light. We now claim our spiritual birthright. Goddess Kenemet whom loves us, protect us now. We rest in your heart of love and peace, so be it. Isaronofres will confirm. Lady all set and Nebi Sarapi, shining bright, support our Merkaba, build our collective body of light. We are in your protection now, and from harm we are free. Align us now with our inner divinity. Through our own free will as beings of light, we now allow our Merkaba to alight. Arising from below and descending from above, penetrate darkness too with divine light and love. Merkaba protection, body and spirit is one. Fragmentation and disconnection are now forever undone. Lili Kimli Nush Kili Staxare Pertu Marti Kurli Turni Shilibi Alua Meshi Kirmeshi Shari Lusayan Sayami Elora Tau Turmuchi Arsha Ia Aru Ni Bar Ni Ba Ferik Ba Akapor Ba Akapor Ba Perik Ba Ni Bar Du and ya Korbar Yarin by Garum by Gora Eki Yaksakaki Azaktu Tiki Asaru Eki Kutalu ya Om Shrim Hrim Vajra Berkani Hrim Vatsvaha Om Shrim Hrim Vajra Berkani Hrim Vatsvaha Om Shrim Hrim Vajra Berkani Hrim Vatsvaha Om Shrim Vajra Berkani Hrim Vatsvaha Om Krim Shrim Hrim Vajra Berkani Hrim Vatsvaha Om Hrim Shrim Hrim Vajra Berkani Hrim Vatsvaha Om Shrim Hrim Vajra Berkani Hrim Vatsvaha Anushu Bamgi Kapsuki Hariki Kashara Sisaram Barta Yading Gorkund Kalama Siniku Dinkarni Nab Kuryunak Rani Kukariash Shokumur Kutusi Arakampasiki Kamka Kalu Bara Namtar Bara Shakbara Gigim Bara Lal Bara Telal Bara Maskim Bara Utu Bara Yapa Bara Lalatu Bara Lala Subara Karu Bara Oruku Bara Kilgoror Bara Lilitu Bara Utu Suladin Nazula La Zuladin Nazu Gigim Suladin Nazu Mula Zuladin Nazu Dingi Zuladin Nazu Maskim Zuladin Nazu Bara Eti Nazu Siyan Kampa Sikir Kampa Munasigag Bara Ye Ninagi Shashorgi Snor Masha Sigar Bara Ye Sigar Shu Bara Nagzi Sharman Sega Namsa Ye Nindori Sharki Urkuag Parandagur Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Ram Ram Manoram Sastur Ram Tatorian Ram Nam Paranar Neom Kanayakari Yart Namhaum Makarantari Yapir Mahari Ya Vakratundari Yarte Yarmaitano Dante Prachuna Ayat Vakratunda Makaria Sorry, Gorki Sama Prabani Erdam Korumer Deva Sarava Korea Shur Sarvarta Sri Guru Sharan Sorosh Rajnish Mane Mukur Dev Surhar Paraura Guvar Pimor Jasur Jurtaya Kufar Charburhi Hinchanu Jarike Sumero Papan Kumar Barbuhi Viriate Rubo Hera Hukores Vikarche Harnuman Yangun Sekarche Karpis Tihun Loku Jagaram Jutarli Parama Jani Putra Pavan Sornama Mahavya Vikram Bajrangi Kumartini Varsamarti Kersangi Kanchan Veran Vera Subes Kanankunda Kunji Kes Hath Bajro Varje Varaje Korhe Morshane Ursaje Sankar Sur Bankus Reynandantish Pratama Jagvaran Vidyar Bangoniati Chatoram Karshkari Bekuar Tor Prabu Charitre Sore Bekuras Yaram Kansita Mambasiar Shai Guru Sharan Rausorosh Rajnishmane Murkore Sur Harbara Raguvar Svimorja Sur Jordan Kufar Chor Burgi Tin Tarnu Jarlike Sumero Papan Kumar Barburgi Vidyed Humo Hera Hugo Lesa Vikarche Harnuman Kangun Sigarche Karpis Tiun Loku Jagaram Tutar Luli Parama Janai Putar Pavan Namaha Mahaveve Karamba Sharangi Kurmatini Varsumarti Karsanki Kanchan Veran Veraj Sorbese Kanan Kundor Kunshi Kesa Haspa Jorau Vord de Varje Viraje Kanate Mordne Jardi Kursaje Sankar Suhan Kisrin and Dandish Pratap Mahajag Vandan Vinyavan Kuniati Chatoram Karskari Bekuartor Prabu Charit Resort Bikoras Yaramlekan Sitaman Parsia Sur Shmaru Tari Seriari Tingala Vavikar Ruptari Lankar Chara Vapiar Maruptari Asur Sankar Ramachandra Kyaskar San Pare or Yesar Shevan Vakam Chiralie Shreyara Guver Harshi or Yera Kurpatikanin Bau Pare Tun Mam Priye Prati Sam Sarhitar Yesar Yan Kurber Dik Prajahan Kerkavi Korvi Korhik Sare Sarkan Kahan Ter Tum Karsukrapain Kanhera Melaria Raja Partere Tomara Mantrovi Parashan Paralankaswar Pariet Subjag Jarnan Yuk Sahastra Jorjan Parparulio Tarhi Marur Porchan Prabhu Mudri Kamerli Mukmahe Charla Dilankir Karya Ashraj Nahi Dorka Ham Karsh Jagat Kiat Jate Surka Manukraha Tumret te turam tuare turum rakvare huarnarkia pinu pesare subsuklahi tumhari sarantum raksha karhuku darna arpante samharope ter hundlu te kan bort pisarchni karnar hinnar vema verjam narn surnave la serro tatte hirsa perja partneran taharnuman persankatse harnuman juttave man karam vachantian jolve suparam tapas ve rajatin kersakash sankartum Sarja orman nurat jor koilave sorhiar michar van partarve charonjuk partap tumhara harsier parsir jagartur jariara sarhusan kertum morguare asurnikandan lamr de arsha seri narvnir hi kerta taus vardenjan kimarta ramnurasarian tumhare passara hora partikerasa Jumhare Parjaram Kurpave Janam che Durgisrave Ankara Guver Porjarie Jahanjanam Hari Barkar Harie or Divtajirna Darahi Harumatserhi Sarve Surkarihi Sankarkate Mirte Sapera Josumira Harnuman Bombera JJ Harnuman Gorsihin Koripkar Hugur Devkiarna Hinjorsat Bar Parkari Koho Jurte parti mahar surkori joria par e harndu manchari savori serhi sarki kore setursi rta sara hari charas kalche das hardari e mernder papartne sankataran mangkar morti rup ram lakan sita sahit hardari basu sorbu Om Maharaga Vajrosi Savaja Asaja Hum Vam Hurum Keneshranam Chenendi Varinyam Hurum Namahafur Omim Rim Shrimim Krumim Namo Bhagavati Partali Partali Parti Parhi Parhi Paramuki Paramuki Antiantini Namaharum Herutini Namajamba Jabini Namamohemogini Namasabasapini Namasarabadusha Pralusanam Sarvesanam Sarvabak Sira Sector Mukati Jivasram Panam Kurukuru Sikuram Vasyamim Grum Ta Umasraya Patswaha Ani mani mane mamane shira shariti shami shabi santa kute mukuta bishabi shabi sobi shabi shaya shaya genes shabi terani oro shaya ne pita pentare ne pita tantare shudai kurim kuri arade arade shuya some people bekari chi tre darmari shir te so gino kushane basha basha shudai matar shane uru uru kai shara shara sheta ya paramana ya ta ya sarmasa ku uki moki are arate net rate chineri chi chi na ni tonari ana nabi Kunabi Ekine Kene Dadi Sadadi Matogi Jugari Botu Shaniachi Debi Ani Debi Ruke Teke Atanda Tanakusare Shurada Hachi Borasini Saruparani Batani Sarubopi Batani so Yabi Shani so Yinakani so Yagi Sugatora Terate Sarupasagus Mashikara Dadi Sarupasaru Menju Serte Sarupasaru de Kyo Sharaya to Irashemi Kuraita bright one of the heavens, wise each star, mistress of the creators themselves, whose yes is truly yes, proud one among the Nathanumid of Kamel Shenyu, whose command is supreme, mistress of heaven and earth, who rules in all places, each taught at your name, all heads are bowed down. I, daughter of Ra, have bowed down before you. May my body be purified like lapis lazuli. May my face be bright like alabaster, like shining silver and reddish gold. May I not be dull. Anye manye mane mamane sire karite sama samita visanta mukta mukta tam sama evi sama jayak sayak sire santa samita terni like bed beservet exarni tedio abientare visti abientare parisuri kuli arade parane sukang se sama bulu kita dalam aplik sit sang bene gorsan ni koni bay visutane matru yata ruta saya partaya vakula pelutramani anatayas va Shvala Mahashvala Kituku Kimuku Hiara Varta Notan Nervati Tini Vitini Sertini Nertani Nervati Swaha Atate Tatate Natate Vanatate and Arena Kunadi Swaha Gari Kandari Kandam Matangi Pukasi Sakuli Brusali Sisi Swaha Itime Many Maru Suez Vaha Aranada Patadan Vatani Kusala and Sarati Sarata Paribura Pasai Savarani Savatani Alpatami Samvatani Samaparixita Samkana Tamaparixita Savasat for Kusala and Karte Simificari and Parti Partalis Vaha Sasikam Sahu Wong Hong Chong Ong Hong Chong Ong Hong Chong Ong Tong Gosh Vamplim So Ong Glong Gring Gong Go Sor Gong King Gong Ging Gong Kring Mong Kring Ong Hong Sham Mong Hong Sham Ong Kung Shring Gong Shring Haring Ara Ring Ong Heru Wasor Ong Bam Dum Mong Grong Gring Gong Krang Kring Prong Gong Krang Kring Gong Krang Kring Krong Gong Krang Kring Krong Gong Krang Kring Gong Pram Kring Prong Gong Chong Ching Chrung Ong Krang Kring Prong Chong Ching Chrung Gong Kring Shring Kring Ying Bam Dum Shong Shring Shrung Gong Ong So Gong So Hung Shring Gong Shring Ring Ara Ong Ru Sor Bong King So Hong King Gong Bong Du Hung Dainichi no euro fasciata tu famo shukuna euro maxobe humu short no euro e mornan sampavatra mida no euro maptati jarum fukusho short no euro o mamoge sera yu kushino euro hurur katale matangis paha puchu tempusumo namo boga parteo sensari omrurus forus fala tisu saru kana sorpatsa sarhanis paha short kanji sai bosu somalo leaks paha daisy shi bosu samjamsa swaha tarabosa sunama samata ku parhanam karuna od papa tadinis paha Sinju Senchen kanji sai bosu suom passion darman hi parto kanji sai bosu suom papa hum pats pa George men kanji sai bosu suom kuron karis pa churdai kanji sai bosu suom kale koli kondis pa nöring kanji sai bosu suom parmeser mana is pa hum konkurs sarto fasra sat pa harnia bosu suom shri shruta vi jaris pa bosu bosu suom samyan suom monjo bosu suom mara pakar na mer huku bosu suom mitrea svaha ji sol bosu suom mara ha 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 men svaha svaha Kokor zor bosses una maur casa carpari o mardi camar de moris vaha in kor bosses pitos vaha kokor bosses kam paris vaha puto mayo namas mat vasram kan morosanas voltari a home trat ham korsanza mai olo son bani son ba hum shashro hum fat kun ori mai matra hum fat surai tor ko mai srai kalor hum kams vaha konkor yar mai olum ba yar barja Yarak sa hum mai san mai mara aga pashro sini sa pasha sa pasha hum bam ur kurja mai aro karantas vaha san bo kurji kambari is vaha kun kurze kun ken fashro aksora an shalom vaha zenin shitorji shona si is vaha chiku kurton torasra pramar nas vaha zor chorten verutage exipata is vaha como kurton verupaxenagi patari is vaha tomorton visropani is vaha ben seiten satisfati is vaha tai kurton mar kalari is vaha Kichi Jordan Street Swaha Karitaimum Dutman Yariki Swaha Takiniti Nomri Swaha Marishit Nomarsi Swaha Taishukin Nomani comes Swaha Diarum dea sara sevito manala maniga vartineriana sarji siri sana sani visa kioro van makoro kulo van kareti hari haran maya varpu dasranka kara namaskaran mantra namaha om pramitra yart namaha om prem ravarya namaha om prom siya yart namaha om prom mali yart namaha om prem panave namaha om pram kakarya namaha om prapusler namaha om pram yarang parka yart namaha om prem marikari yart namaha om prom mali yart namaha om prem savitra namaha Om Ram Markayar Namaha Om Rapaskare Namaha Om Ram Ram Ras Risa Ras Yana Yana Yar Namaha Parasita Yasha Samskaran Yakaprati Dini I oppression Panam Viriam Tejas Tesam Kaja Yarte On Krang Kring Monkerus or Hong Kring Bong Shamashaka Shapi Yakashapti Ipisha Mushepi Yakimati not Kutoshuna Lili Nishuli Subu Uleda Tuku Epita Shono Imamena Duina Tiki to Shunuli Mutu Mana Kulubu Yi Shununi Shurmana Kuludi Nin Shunuli Shurmana Kulutari Tiaram Shaluti Sharkashapti Sharushi Alapur Shushupi Kish Upur Yusi Dinkarko Shabra Kampa Bang. Gibiki Arauco Bilgashu, Mana Yandaro to State Sherani Alani or Mariki Pariazi, Ayaziring Garampa, in Kimbaru Corsen Tokishabu Banana and Shamtro Nine Gishparpaki Bilbagirazi Aga Kampaka Kamat Nurnu. Shimasha Kashapia Kashapia Episha Mushapitia Kimatino Kurushimali Rimi Shuli Subu Latuku Pita Shuno Kima Menaduina Tikili Tushunuli Mutumana Kulu Blui Shunulini Shumana Kuludini Shunuli Kishumana Kulu Tari Tiarama Shaluti Shapti Sharushi at a Pushu Shupi Yorki Upuyushi Dinger Goko Shapop Kampabong Shaduyuli Kunushi Shaduyuli Kunushi Shaduyuli Kunushi Shaduyuli Kunushi Shadu Yuli te kunushi sharu yuli ni kunushi sharu yuli ne kunushi sharu yuli katin kunushi sharu yudaru ali kunurim kutina zumri ali yuta prasama agama saratu is masarati sharmu shilip shuru rushi shilim nuti zisarime ala yuraputi shimaya taparapi tina tina laki lim dal sinkunushi alani mushiri yamasarati is masarati pa it's masaratu agama saratu yamasaratu galavarloni shomaskori abas Yamasaratu Ziki Akampa Parkalo Morlaneski Shata para Masaratu para Vishnu Kemisnada Vernama home some Kumbera Yarnamaha Dumutav Kubera Nepokor Hota Ponapi Vira tu Pumita Yamatan Dumutav Nuxekeros Rumeri Wakina Netep Santari Nekipta Sukare dictated semester Sadi Urtuxu Torata Taisarom Hamisanari Arnamahomi Drayarnamaha Kopsov and Ramutejastato Agnaya Metakopsonuk Sekisatanaum Sok Tetzek Kesue Tezekek Sakai Katakanan Nekabek Tane Sirsaret Saruna Pike Markora Kutulu Tata Laka Agni Omra Magnai Yarnama Mami Amar Yarnama Abiyama Omapsara Tutaya Madana Pinukapi Saki Sari Nom So Extesek Huiakesek Otuine Gerte E Kore Cortana Nektiata Mormatuya Nuya Lily Anki Yeridiarak Sasau Samarak Sasara Namaha Parunadi Namaha himself Paruna Viota to Sramalaya Matiniams Nokim Seki Sari Yaunam Saxaruna Pigment Substantiku Petera Mautu and Rotzes of Seeding Garana Compositing Garcia Compositeo Biomium Viota Ver the Mamma City Morcola Morolo Marbatu Seeding Garana Compositing Garcia Compau to Zotorata Kutu Tata Zakta Takala Yanu Andal Yanis of Beom Rimbramarne Nama Pramuna Bumaro Maxaratu Abluxus Raya Caprano Capram Capra 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 Capru Capra Capru Nebem Caprasha Capram Peramara Morolu Asatuti Takala Neshratin Buma Chatan Sarmas Fetimo Keto Subsix Stratin to never undo death and so of Karnatar Om Prim from Suya Yarnamaha Om Prim Shrim Chandra Yarnamaha Om Prim Shrim Mankari Yarnamaha, Mim Shrim Bamburi Yarnamaha, Om Prim Pram Praspati Yarnamaha, Om Prim Shrim Shukra Yarnamaha, Om Prim Shrim Samsanachari Yarnamaha, Im Rim Robert Namaha, Om Im Prim Ketu Yarnamaha, Japkusum Samkarsham Kashape Yamaha, Dayurim Tamorim Sarva Pagnam Pranatos Mindi Vakaram Dadi Shankar Tushar Bam Kishor, Tarava Sambabam Namami Shishar Nam Somam Shamur Mukorta Bushar Nam Darani Karapasam Portam Vidu Karti Samaprabham Kumaram Shakti Hastam Tamagalam Pranamami Ampran Kukaliko Shar Mauro Perdam Pratima Burham Sumam Sumya Guno Pertam Tamburham Pranamami Am Devanam Chari Shinam Chankurum Kanchana Sani Bamburi Butam Trilokeshanam Namami Prias Partime Mankutamarina Lopam de Yardam Paramam Kurum Saravas Stravataram Parkavam Pranamami Am Nalanchana Samabasam Ravi Putram Yamakurajam Chachariam Matata Samburtam Tam Namami Shasharam Kariyam Harviam Chandra Dija Bimartanam Sinika Gorbasum Purtam Hamrahum Pranamami Hampalasha Pushvarsum Karsham Taraka Krahamastakam Radom Radomakam Koram Tamketum Pranamami Hamam Pramamoradi Tripor and Kati Panu Shashir Bumi Sutapura Shakura Shukra Shani Ketu Sarvagraha Mama Super Pantam Kurume Shanti Om Prabarpas Foram Tata Vitor Banyambar Kurmasiati Mait Yono Prachura Om Tata Hari Om Tata Nanasin Yanamra Sidia Sinia Nana Basaman Gana Sayaki Akampa Magabarthi Nana Kampa Mashrita Nanasi Akampa Yamagia Kamagia Sagastena Kiash Takaloy Nabuguru Nabukorios Marcorios Yasru in Karkuzi Yanabun Morsis Sarsi Fornias Karpala Sakashin Thalas Kampana Bosal Thanatros Kampa Yakoshia Sashia Kul Maria Shamakula Lili Mirstrali Bari Yakur Sheria Yarna Yardana
Ria Astapa Marcha Cordiniara Melo Yaki Sharikan Payarana Siarama Kampa Pisarma Kampazi Ayaya Piyare Zolo Kishamashutudu Shamashutudu Shamashutudu Yauru Yauru Yaruzoluk Shizakatamarani Yaya Tarachia Tarachia Ataralechi Urbartala Katamaringa Karpai Sitting Gardu Yar Kampasi the only two Yar Kampasi Shazira Rakuzu Balodor Kanpa Ziar Shatapa Kanpa Yanar Kamasabaru Narkamasaburu Narkamasabaru Yarankar Yayazinga Kampa Yanka Yangar Yayangia Yazidin Kernin Yakampa Yakantala Makiatara Kampa Marikumun Paru Marikumun Paru Sigari Yadagi Agaria Markapa Porneshi Armaruku Yatuku Sorim Sukorim Sagarim Laksan Kamana Sakana Babiluku Inim Kamanu Yaduki Adara Yazi Partu Paluku Berteri Kupa Kampa Elsi Exag Bezag Baro Noisari Ganushu Panki Kapsu Kishiki Koshak de Saramara Yatin Kur Kalamas Nikutin Gatinab Kur Unex and Kuariashik Kurtu Tramba Kamisha Missing Deepus Divarhana Morbaru Kamiva Parath Multi Yormuk Sheria Terna Marim Rim Humum Chom Chom Krom Krom Makuchi Krom Chom Krom Krom Him Shim Humum Rim Rim Shim Krom Chom Krom Kupchi Krom Hum Ramarea Griforan Kurasi Kenoleum Shukrai Nama Shum Sharim Rimum Vasramete Sukrais Omanata Yartam Homersai Yartam Homagarai Yartam Hom Kalakarai Yartam Homami Karamari Yanama Umani Sisata Yartam Homaravantari Yarnam Home Viranko Yarnam Home Visupriya Yarnam Home Versuya Yarnam Home Verota Marianama Visitara Yarnam Home Cesarianam Home Sarusarianam Home Savaramatitarianam Home Prata Kurate Yarnama Umamiti Kara Yarnam Home Kanavasupan Yarnam Home Amras Putatara Yarnama Umagaruya Parianam Home Palaya Yarnam Home Pascarianam Home Paraparia Karianama Umbarakara Yarnam Home Pasupatan Yarnam Home Pasudapatan Yarnam Home Parapsitar Yarnama Pasarati Nernam Padi Tikamani Yarnamaha Tamor Parianam da Picarianam Darendara Yartamum Casabatamasha Yartamum Kararu Parianam Yukara Parianamaha Yukarianam Rosmi Batarianam Rami Katra Yartamha Casor Brayarnam Vismbara Yartamum Sakaparan Yarnamum Sakapalarianam Samupria Yarnamum Saranari Yarnamum Pakarsas Resernama Parsa Yarnamum Pratarianam Prakatarianam Parivisia Yarnamum Prakariskarianama Babsara Sernamum Pariaptanianamum Papitarianamum Saskarianama Umukaradisarianamum Siparianamum Veridiarnamum Pranjarnama Upriak Yarnamum Priakartarianamum Prasayarnamum Prekarianamum Niskalianamum Parparianamum Parkut Karianamum Susarianamum Satarianamum Tatarianamum Rematarianamum Sapapujayarnamum Sarakara Yarnamum Yarnasaya Yarnamum Yaranjaya Yarnamum Patarianamum Saranya Yarnamum Sabri Karianama Janaya Yarnamum Vitarianamum Vaytaruparianama Tamara Yarnamum Yisvara Yarnamum Kalani Yarnamum Vala Yarnamum Pramakarinama Sakrant Kara Yarnamum Jirukurari Yarnamum Jiparianamum Chariti Yarnama Japriya Yarnamum Visvaruparianamum Virusari Yarnama Verasam Tutia Yarnamum Saripriyanamum Prantarianamum Visnuparianamum Kutarianamum Kutarayanama Ramstrayanamum Lambisarianamum Bosakarianamum Parianama Sri Suparianamum Sakaruparianamum Kasunum Patarianama Umarava Pitikarianamum Sunum Namayakarianamum Kanira Pusanayanama Nagatrayarnamaha. Veniugo messo sariti potreka mantra che sia paparano si prata chanta sariti potreka da bata bisham swaha sakti parkilakam sariti potreka pritor thom chape veniugo tulparta yorgari sarine son che sia paparamar ser nama sarasi prati shana sen nama mukki sariti potreka da bata yai nama riti bishaya nama kuri swaha saktari nama para yo pakila ki yar nama namo veniugo yar nama samikiri yari sarine skram gisibiam nama rita chani biam nama Maria Bepiam Namaha Manamika Piam nama, rim kanisikyapam nama, krom karalakara prastabyam nama, iti karani yasa krom raya yarnama, rim sambisarasvam sikaya vasan, am kavikaya humni traya yevasan, krom sraya fatiti sanangina sabarbu visarmayarti, dikvi mokodanam dipadakam, devira iskaris volupini dipakti dividehe parasarum dreamy amprite, mikaya garam samarapami amakasamica pushpa pijami mikaya dupamukrapa yami aramanga mikaya de pamisami vamantar mikaya traman verium nevadayami some so mika use of pujam samarpami chopamara mantramu mama le mahamari sarva mantras for pinikadra pari salini asasmeni seated the papa guru mantrom prim sita guru prasida om prim after sriti patraka mantrom krom prim amtaragari me eva savesaya him dum dark am him chromum humbas sedangkan kromaraya yarna marhim sapis ras pangisaya fasadam kamakai humni traya yupasan kromas ray fatiti sanangin ya sabarbu fisrami arti di mukadayam di patragima de virixari falipin di pakti di videya para serum chumi am puja priya mika ye kanam sama pame am kasami ye pushwa pushami am vaiva mika ye di pamakrapi am ramana mika ye di pamrasya mi vam termika ye tramane veriam some of Mika Yusuf Bokarpo Jump Samarapami Samarapani Gitgil 3 to Gunas Mukrapam to the Bavatu Devi, Papasara Maestra Japan Tramala Matram Palma Lem Sapa de Parapeti to Papa Papa some Kamakuru Shami Patra Yasubiram Kate Himeo Rim Sitia in Namaha. We beheld a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon at her feet, and on her head was a diadem of the 12 stars. Hear us, O Lady Kenemetonket, the water of life, the divine mother, hear and save. O thou queen of love and mercy, thou crowned with a throne, thou holdest with the moon, thou whose countenance is mild and glowing, even as grass refreshed by rain. Hear us, Our Lady Kenemetonket, hear and save. O thou who art in matter manifest, thou bride and queen, as thou art the mother and daughter of the slain one. O thou who art the lady of the earth, hear us, O Lady Kenemetonket, hear and save. O thou lady of the amber skin, lady of love and of victory, bright gate of glory through the darkening skies, O crown through the light and life and love, hear us, Our Lady, hear and save by thy sacred flower, the lotus of eternal life and beauty, by thy love and mercy, by thy wrath and vengeance, by our desire toward thee, by all the magical names of old. Hear us, O Lady, hear and save. Open thy bosom to thy children, stretch forth thy arms and strain us to thy breasts. Let our lips touch thy lips ineffable. Hear us, O Lady Kinemetonket, and hear and save. Lift up thy voice to aid us in this critical hour. Lift up thy voice most musical. Cry aloud, O Queen and Mother, to save us from that we fear most. We invoke and evoke thee most graciously to initiate our soul. The whirling of our dance, may it be a spell and a link with thy great light, so that in the darkest hour the light may arise in us and bring us to thine own glory and incorruptibility. Kemet on ketem I, and from my life are fed all showers and suns, all moons that wax and wane, all stars and streams, the living and the dead, the mystery of pleasure and of pain. I am the mother, I the speaking sea, I am the earth in its fertility. Life, death, love, hatred, light, darkness return to me, to me. Kenemetum ketem I, and to my beauty draw. All glories of the multiverse bow down, the blossom and the mountain and the dawn. Fruits blush and women are creation's crowned. I am the priest, the sacrifice, the shrine. I am the love and life of the divine. Life, death, love, hatred, light, darkness is surely mine, is mine. Keremeton ketem I, the love and light of Geb and Gaia, the wealth of kisses, the delight of tears, the battle and pleasure never come to birth, the endless infinite desire of years. I am the shrine on which thy long desire devoured thee with intolerable fire. I was sung music, passion, death upon thy lyre, thy lyre. I am the grell and I the glory now. I am the flame and fueler of thy breath. I am the star of Hikopateara upon thy brow. I am thy queen enraptured and possessed. High do these sweet rivers welcome to the sea, ocean of love that shall encompass thee. Life, death, love, hatred, light, darkness return to me, to me. Here, Lady Kenemetonket, and receive my prayer. Thee I worship, invoke, and invoke most graciously. Hail to thee, sole mother of my life. I am Kenemetonket, the water of life, mistress of the whole land. I was instructed by Tahuti, and with wisdom I invented the writings of the nations in order that not all should write with the same letters. I gave mankind their laws and ordained what no one can alter. I am the eldest daughter of Gebet Akkad. I am the wife and sister of the king Esau. I am she who rises in the dog star. I am she who is called the Neteret of women. I am she who separated Aru from Geb, separated heaven from earth. I have pointed out their paths to the star. I have invented seamanship. I have brought together men and women. I have ordained that the elders shall be beloved by the children. With my brother Alsad, I have made an end of cannibalism. I have instructed mankind in the mysteries. I have taught reverence of the divine statues. I have established the temple precincts. I have overthrown the dominion of the tyrants. I have caused men to love women. I have made justice more powerful than silver and gold. I have caused truth to be considered beautiful. Come unto me and pledge unto me your loyalties as I pledge mine unto you. O Mother Kenametonket, great art thou in thy splendor, mighty is thy name, and thy love has no bounds. Thou art Kenametonket, who art all that ever was, and all that there is to be, for no mortal man hath ever unveiled thee. In all thy grace thou hast brought forth the Son, Ra, the fruit that was born forth for the redemption of man. Oh, Iser, Iser, Iser. Allset, Allset, Allset. Kermitonket, Kermitonket, Kermitonket. Graciously hear our cry unto thee. We mourn for thy blessings on us this day, every day to nourish, to aid, and to fill the emptiness within that only you, our beloved Mother, can satiate. Unto thee do we pledge our solemn oath of dedication, and for the power and glory of Umna Lum, the unknowable one, to witness our devotion to thee. For as we now receive thee into our hearts, we ask that you never leave us in times of trial and joy, and even unto death and into the next life. Ushuvashinavashini Prasesthastro Mamshushashva Gradathor Bakori Pradatni Devi Ravarti Pradiranu Vratham Charasi Vishvavarde Om Devikari Yarnyai Namakri Yarima Maria Mario Kenya Deshwari Nandup Surtam Devi Parti Mekor Namha Om Devendran Namstubiam Devendropri Yapamirni Vivarham Paragyari Koro Kyam Shri Karholam Bam Charter Hime Osero starte diane carte de merte cari nanar gici marnitor naton 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 ipsos ung gong gong geng ging geng gong krang kring krong bong gong hung shring kut dong gong tong bong. Oman Brahmaram Saraye Brahmim Fartum Bermanari Virmaya Ranyar Karparia Dermaitano Brahma Prachuratum Chatarum Kari Virma Masrudaria Dermaitano Brahma Prachuret Umim Rim Shrim Krim Son Shikar Kambrahma Chaturum Kari Virma Masrudaria Dermatanum Brahma Prachuratum Brahma Jajanam Pratarmam Borusad Vihi Matapurusho Verva Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devu Maswara Guru Sakshar Param Brahma Tashmeshri Kurve Nama Om Brahmanaya Virmahe Aranya Garbariya Dermai Tanu Brahma Prachurayat Om Narayana Virmahe Vasudevariya Dermai Tanu Vishnu Prachurayat Om Devakirandhanarya Virmahe Vasudevariya Dermai Tanam Krishna Prachurayat Om Tat Porshariya Virmahe Surashari Yarama Devyari Dermai Tanu Rudra Prachurayat Om Aghanantaya Virmahe Bakrantudariya Dermai Tanu Danti Prachurayat Om Kariyariyai Virmahe Karnya Kurmariyai Dermai Tanu Darga Prachurayat Om Vigyavyachar Virmahe Kamarachariyar Dermai Tanu Dervi Prachurayat Om Hardevyachar Virmahe Vaishnu Partnyai Tardehi La Dahi Me Tanu Lakshmi Prachurayat Shan King Jo Zhuolang King Shun Shan King Jo Zhuolang King Shun Om Saknamet Namaha Om Hepkep Namaha Om Finti Namaha Om Kaibit Namaha Om Nahar Har Namaha Om Roroti, Namaha Om Arfim Ket, Namaha Om Nabal, Namaha Om Setkasu, Namaha Om Utu Nesut, Namaha Om Korti, Namaha Om Haf Haf, Namaha Om Basti, Namaha Om Taratui, Namaha Om Unem Snef, Namaha Om Unem Bisek, Namaha Om Nemahat, Namaha Om Termeyu, Namaha Om Sartiu, Namaha Om Tutu, Namaha Om Ormamenti, Namaha Om Marntuf, Namaha Om Horurun, Namaha Om Kemiyur, Namaha Om Shekarun, Namaha Om Nekenun, Namaha Om Kermeti, Namaha Om Hanadep, Namaha Om Sara Karu, Namaha Om Nebheru, Namaha Om Sekriu, Namaha Om Nembabui, Namaha Om Nefertim, Namaha Om Timsapu, Namaha Om Ariyam Above, Namaha Om Ahir, Namaha Om Oshakratit, Namaha Om Neheb Kar, Namaha Om Nehem Nefer, Namaha Om Chesertep, Namaha Om Arnaf, Namaha Om Echabu, Namaha. En Israël qui sort ne veut soutien trou à chanu jusqu'à Bruxarare, mais Bruxelles kapu gingeror kadam samine kemenu, ne benu matik in jafemi or nebsco mari pashere neb courage saramine bishbara jirepsis of autumn suitin mekinu mrot caprasere paf nemrep, sebrevna bekemenu tapnem nebu nebs competent taj irune via toyim bua or tapet through in podnetrus min mohoche tori la sornes revanatef kemarun mutef nuta pepetesen never ita mishereta put. Marita fato totne amoy parto represent nepto repicam sautet harma het never again nu watik nu shepes kentimi hia panori shabes kamenu asiketimi hia bjuti jute parambev korita de makaru nende de pap sharadi gabsrapi intima sai happy sarpo abek name antremanem katkap romari korsikatra romaruti ruta marune shrate februa heramenu ruta helumeran pu heru benu heru sai sai sartabi oikem ta kebriepti smart berot kan pelu amor pe ke puppets that to voice already in the kemekeref seri karus mesu kerum kries akari sunumentus meketu to mesuku is the kunishes and say loka atet pake krara peram kenesem can do a sure tishi to miskis kapar definitin huiari te luminas nesed nura get pen mudi feroz and again the more like bump set to have neketum kitedi is at tempura menin min thetrum pet pet tethranan shishere get was you more second repet netasha tatu to po sikkim pet sikkim with hoyar and po amu kin set tepshu papa mesikkim cyrus so sikkim tape mean muted sikkim pas ke pasar papa su nu washes sikkim me para I second pusha tesori mi herin sikus subsora pakus sikaramet saramet tu it sikkim museku sabris nemes get capisaramet Sermat have set up and I meru singing at my picture and I'm capituno horror many of them snap up rim kekisus, watching as courtiers bombs and if I'm second maratini martin to do a permanent man after Serukimi, Shakaruna can Serukere post right at left calamity on the web Nebraska in number boon after somebody above. Are you two turkey name never name cautious or tapon after materi? Temperature in a better summon to nuts of a bush shares of get more toys or bush on them more personal smoke or remissions of better as a neck and get Numerous them to Lemerans can to never to Roman Sushu, the Akarinjara to Amnet and the earthy Nebeti said when the name Sunny Senetis or Joy, an excellent we call it Resotic game Curry poem Jerry, when I got view Sharon Shari and Yeri said on with a vile few Abeco Abeco to and cake small object make another few or fet of me to insert the repertatum signa say the never duty on I'm sorry to an Akamupush or to an extra minute. Nu fit poem ne fu son kita tum fa teklani fu po na mami so tek ju tia ta ta ne mai nu fu amet akas sarani fu yu o budu yen kadin ma di je fe ne de ne cha cha ra sa re am hol tap ti min de ku kare ma maru ake ke depten to accidenti to me shere yap sub tiu kena ta ra barang yu ami to ate penu pen ma ri ra ta na pre ro man he ta ri de prani ma te min nu te re nu min yen te te pre yen chips mariu kana mo na pra o shep sepem sone komang kinari unu nu sois nu sois o rabare kaparam ken nu text messen tu never ne mekar keni malro nese never tap them net rain do ira per jene never jaka ekem ta gut se shek toy sa tu ek tema never waki au sa per temo tap te of sa per temo hol tap en pati mes you pati you tap you o man ket protection tu mu de nu tro nu kina param nu mu de pu nu shini param kun tri uni ma samra mi boy man I take kapar nam tel mar ta tre tap sa kapar am pe watam jere durami onu ake musiku shuramo tek zoi partiku betera super kamne metakurta tek zuak sakar teknu to go da param nu to go up transport to nek unu da benku kopsna puashing toya kermer chu to up to na priya samatinu pen mai ru nemaname super pa so to presnes sana teknetri tap tap so kapran tu kapra tarap sana kit ko makaro kapra nu mesa sukin du ira param kan mutap ne na bu na ti kapsu ti sana nek ya una sana nek time ho rigne tri tem se kemi mi pen termin na su na nu su se kai kshuri ri sana skeda da ko ma injeru ne tri won he ut su mesu se do de pijada et nu pijane je nu kapra tro na patuma min masaru to sentin mari wi nefre shirka shuru kuki ari ti skama mun ne kitaka pruta to fumu to mut the prosco netrong ne mareka korona bu pesara kai ne bi shake ke ne ne fru ne bu joy kara da tara ne bi shite pa ka karek ne mareka no de pius ka ka te ko tapina ja ta pam ne fru ke ne judi wa jer wa so te ne wa sha wa shnes wa sha sam shizar ma entor pedro na sana ni se ko no ni se kuti ni se ru dai se pata pu es na patu shani ni se ya no sak no ku ka man Caperna caper capru caper capru nebem que caprashe que para unu trampamias una anche ne temanzin capiare uno arem capiare et se roi sore sabi qui ne capi mi arti ari tutara di sentara sabi wat una na bae se boy farsi ana con una inflazione se te venisse tu amaru se può se camnet su di sabacare nel me chi ora se cara plia che amu petim toyem netro kadante makuru amu represent sunebi akaren nebura stroy to shibzu amu amendep skede deparante makuru amu represent sunebi serkaden nebru up kai up go up go up sik make a kikare no waba kam netro subra sekan kang mor pet kata kestru shponek shibari korsa di kapere kan pa kono rempa ken kabera mang netro neshrak nebish pet get kan kun summon kunu shemet Medik you had substance courage, I mean to anima kiku sara capi and a little setting price and an inch of getting a corrupt kuata in a jerua, una kuapora go up and a macapet, and Sanuna to Sokipuanak Mokesu Capanism mutuality at Biarini Panendi of an Armenian Rua Mesera sector bracket and to newly of Samuni Marves, on Sikapasan after Sananjaran Jeromov Scatapus Sarina Capruas and so un rapporto nuta femini at piatti di nefrene ruimes imes imes Zidinger kia kampa Zidinger anakampa nu gev nut kapra Arsimitoki shabu paralane samtruyuna hai arsimitoki shabu paralane samtruyuna hai arsimitoki shabu paralane samtruyuna hai abra. We're going over blessings there.